On a recent episode of The Flash, H.R. Wells gave Barry a pet turtle named McSnurtle. I'm not sure how many viewers realize this, but in some versions of the comics, Barry had a pet turtle named McSnurtle who ended up getting a costume and superpowers. While I don't think we should ever see this turtle get powers or a costume on this show, just seeing Barry have a pet turtle named McSnurtle was an Easter egg that I found really enjoyable. I'm pretty sure this was the first time we ever saw any DC Supet Pet character brought to live action. And DC has lots more Super Pet characters who they could bring to live action, and I think some of them could be a lot of fun if done right. There's Ace the Bat-hound, Streaky the Supercat, and most famously, Krypto the Superdog. None of them could work well in serious live action with a costume and fighting crime, but there are lots of ways Easter eggs to these characters could be done in live action that I think could work in a really fun way. Look at Batman's dog Ace the Bat-hound. I think that on either the show Gotham or the movies with Ben Affleck, it'd be fun to see Bruce Wayne get a pet dog named Ace who lives in the mansion. I don't think Ace should ever get powers or fight crime in live action, but I think he'd make a great Easter egg to have in the background. There were some comics when the Joker had a fish named Jokerfish. Maybe in live action we could see the Joker keeping a pet fish in a fish tank, quickly say "this is my pet Jokerfish," and then just grab the fish with his hand, toss it in his mouth and eat it. Or do something crazy and sick like that. And what about Supergirl's cat Streaky? I'd love to see that cat on the CW show Supergirl. We could just see Kara get a pet cat and name him Streaky. The cat would never get a costume and fight crime, but just be there in Kara's apartment in the background. I would enjoy that. But what about Krypto the Superdog? He's the most famous of them all, and probably the most difficult one to be brought to live action in any way that could be taken seriously. If you're not well familiar with Krypto, I'll tell you a little about his origin. He was born on the planet Krypton and owned by Jor-El and Lara, Superman's parents. Before Krypton exploded, Jor-El put Krypto on a test rocket that launched successfully. So then Jor-El rocketed Kal-El next. But Krypto's rocket got lost in space while Krypto was in suspended animation. The rocket eventually found its way to Earth by the time Kal-El had grown to become Superboy. So Krypto got powers and a cape and almost became a sidekick for Superboy. Now, how do you bring that to live action in a way that anybody could take seriously? Before I say my ideas, I want to clear up one other thing. Some people think there already was a live action version of Krypto on the TV show Smallville. That's not really true. Here's what happened. Season 4's 14th episode was titled Krypto. It was about the Kent family adopting an Earthborn dog who had temporary superpowers. When they were talking about different names to give that dog, Clark brought up the possibility of naming him Krypto, but Lois told him, name your next dog Krypto, and think of a different name for this one. They ended up naming the dog Shelby, which was the name of a dog the Kents owned in the graphic novel For All Seasons. And on the show, the dog stayed on the farm for the remainder of the show's run, but never again got superpowers. So in short, I'd say that was not Krypto, there were just a few nods to him. So anyway, how could a good portrayal of Krypto be done well in live action? I'd pretty much repeat the idea that was done in the pilot of Superman the Animated Series from the late 1990s, where they showed Kal-El as a baby playing with Krypto as a puppy on the planet Krypton, but they just never explained if this dog's test rocket made it to Earth, or if he was test rocketed at all. I doubt we'd see something like that in the Man of Steel movies, but I think it might work really well on the TV show Supergirl. We occasionally see Superman show up on that show, and sometimes Kara's flashbacks of when she was a little girl on Krypton while Clark was still a baby. They age differently on their journey to Earth, which took different routes. So maybe Kara could have a brief flashback of her life on Krypton, seeing Kal-El as a baby, and we'd see him playing with a puppy that looked like Krypto. I'd love that. And by the way, when I referenced Superman the Animated Series from the 1990s, I really hope you didn't confuse that with a short-lived animated series called Krypto the Superdog, which ran for one season around 2005. That was too silly even for me. Anyway, these are my ideas, but I'd like to hear comments from you viewers. Would you like to see these Super Pet characters brought to live action in these ways or different ways? Do you have other ideas how they could be done better? Please leave your comments below and let me know. And if you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more of my videos, please feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you. Thank you.